Good morning, everyone. I'm Jenn Rice, and I wanted to talk a little bit today about happiness habits. And, most people who know me pretty well always say, wow, you seem happy all the time. You seem really positive. And, I got to be honest with you guys, I wasn't always a very positive person all the time. And certainly I thought that much of happiness came from, things around me. So, what's interesting is when you start studying the happiness habits, which is a great TED talk. If you haven't seen the happiness habits talk there, it's so good. But basically it talks about living within, and that all of our emotions are emotions that are really fleeting. So, it was so interesting because he said you can't have the same emotion at the same time. So you can't be giving a handshake and punching someone at that same exact moment. So really what we're talking about here is a general antidote to perpetuating more happiness is really don't look outward for that help, right? So I want to back up a little bit and say that, I don't know if any of you are like me, but I definitely have been unhappy. I moved quite a bit thinking that I changed my geography. That could work. Changed many practices since I became a PA. That didn't work necessarily, right? It certainly landed me in really great geographic locations, but the real thing is that sort of innate happiness has to come from inside. And many of you might be thinking, okay, well that's great, except that how are you going to find that happiness? Well, I think there are a lot of different ways that people find happiness in a way they can transform their thoughts. So one interesting thing this speaker was talking about was that, okay, so your mind perpetuates what you're doing. So if I'm sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I'm having the worst day, this person was so angry, and my mind is going there, oh, I got to complain, and then it's my mind is there, it's going there. So it's like a self-perpetuating scenario, right? Whereas if I can just take a moment, look inside. Now, for some people, this might be meditation, praying. I know I have many friends who use the power of prayer often. Reading, of course, reading books and, even listening to, say, TED Talks, Amazon, Audible, whatever you want to do to help surround ourselves with that positive life force. So, think about who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you talking to on a daily basis? Are those 5 key people you talk to on a daily basis people that are trying to find happiness within, or are they very motivated and stimulated by external activity, which is okay. It's okay, except that this can be a learned skill. So I just wanted to come in today and talk a little bit about, the happiness connection and how it really can make a big difference but we do have to train our mind to go there, right? It doesn't always happen that way. So, if you've ever felt like me, and maybe you certainly don't have to move cities and move jobs every, couple years, maybe you do a little bit more work inside, and it certainly changes the picture on the outside. So I hope you found this helpful today. Like I said, I think one of the best things we can do is begin to educate ourselves a little bit more on the things that could be helpful for us. If you're someone who might be able to get into meditation, I know that's been something that I have enjoyed doing. Other people enjoy reading scripture or praying. Certainly that can provide a great deal of happiness. But then also just sort of retraining ourselves, who we're going to surround ourselves with. What are we going to listen to? What words are we going to speak to ourselves every day? And when that one thing, because this happened to me yesterday, you guys, I was sent yesterday was my day off, but I was sent an email, and it just disturbed me. You know, it's kind of one of those things that you might get from, you know, your work, that for whatever reason, my mind just kept perpetuating it. I must have talked to Dennis about it for an hour. I think he was probably like, will you let it go already? So I'm not saying we can avoid things from happening, because certainly we're in a very fluid world. There's people all around us doing all different things, but my reaction I can control. Like, what I do with that energy is mine to decide, right? It's yours to decide. So hey Sarah, hey Mary Kay, thanks for being here. Hey Jill. So I hope this was helpful for you guys today. If you liked my video, please throw me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And if you'd like to hear me anytime I go live, you can hit the subscribe button. I also have a business page called Jenn Rice International, and I'm going to be doing various projects over there. So if you enjoyed this content, I would love for you to hop over there. I'm going to be pouring more and more into that page, and I hope that you'll meet me over there. So have a great day, and I appreciate you listening.